Have you ever picked up the phone and heard a voice that sounded exactly like someone you love? Shaky, scared, asking for help. And your heart jumped before your head could catch up? Or maybe you got a text from your bank that made your stomach sink for a second, just long enough to make you want to tap the link and fix it. If any of that sounds familiar, you are absolutely not alone. In 2025, phone scams have gotten slicker, louder, and a lot more personal, especially for folks over 60 who are targeted because scammers know you answer the phone. You care deeply about family, and you're careful with your finances. That's exactly why we're here. Today, we're talking about 7 phone scams targeting seniors right now, and more importantly, how to shut them down before they cost you a dime or a minute of sleep. Think of this video like a calm friend sitting with you at the kitchen table. No scare tactics, just real talk and easy steps you can use the very next time your phone buzzes. We'll walk through what these scams sound like, the tricks behind them, and how you can respond with confidence. By the end, you'll have simple habits that make you tough to fool and quick to recover if someone tries. Let's start with the one that breaks hearts first. The fake family emergency, now supercharged with AI voice cloning. Here's how it happens. Your phone rings and you hear your grandson's voice, his voice, saying he's been in an accident or he's stuck in another city or he needs bail money. The caller might hand the phone to a lawyer or police officer who piles on pressure. They tell you to keep it quiet so mom and dad don't freak out. And they push you to use gift cards, wire transfers, or a cash courier right away. It feels real because the voice sounds real. That's the new twist. Scammers scrape audio from social media, school events, even voicemail greetings, and use AI to copy the voice. Here's how you can beat it every time. First, pause. Your brain needs a second to catch up with your heart. Say, "I'm going to call you right back." Do not use the number they're calling from. Instead, use a trusted number you already have saved or call another family member to check the story. Even better, create a simple family code word. Something unexpected like pineapple or blue shoes. Everyone agrees to use it in a real emergency, so you can ask, "What's the code word?" and know the answer instantly. If they dodge the question or get it wrong, hang up. Another easy move is to ask a question only your real family member would know. What was the nickname your grandpa used for you at age 5? Scammers can mimic a voice, but they can't mimic your family memories. And if they're asking for secrecy, payment by gift cards, or a courier to pick up cash, that's your neon sign to hang up. A real police officer or hospital wouldn't handle money that way. And a real family emergency can stand a 5-minute verification call. Now, take a breath. You just learned that you can love your family and still say, "Let me verify." That isn't being cold. That's being wise. Scammers count on your kindness. You can keep the kindness and block the con. Let's move to the second trick that sounds boring, but costs people big. The Medicare and benefits replacement scam. You might get called during open enrollment or honestly any time of year. The person sounds official, polite, and practiced. "Ma'am, this is Medicare enrollment. We're updating your card to the new chip version. I just need your Medicare number and your Social Security to verify." They might offer free medical equipment, a genetic test, or a preventive screening at no cost. They'll even say there's a limited time window or a penalty if you don't confirm today. It feels urgent and official, which is exactly how they want you to feel. Here's the truth. Medicare does not call you out of the blue to replace your card, and there is no chip card being mailed because you picked up the phone. Nothing gets delayed or canceled if you hang up. Your red, white, and blue Medicare number is basically a key to your medical identity, and once scammers have it, they can bill Medicare in your name for things you never received. In some cases, they'll send a swab kit and pretend it's covered. It's not about your health. It's about your data. So we do. You say, I don't handle personal information by phone, and hang up. If you're curious whether something is legitimate, you initiate the call yourself using the number on your Medicare card or the official 1-800 Medicare line. You can also check with your insurer's member services using the number on the back of your card. If someone knocks on your door to check your Medicare status, you close the door and call a trusted number to verify. You're not being rude. You're being responsible. And if you did share your number by accident, don't panic. Call your insurer and Medicare right away to flag your account. The sooner you speak up, the easier it is to stop fraud in its tracks. Let's talk about the third scheme that starts with a simple text and ends with your bank account on the line. It's the smishing to voice combo, and it's a favorite because it feels like you're being helpful. You get a text, package delivery failed, update address here, or bank alert, suspicious charge for $738 at Electronics Depot. Call now to stop. The link looks almost right. The phone number looks local. If you click or call, you're connected to a person who seems patient and kind. They verify your identity by asking for your account number and your one-time codes. They might even tell you to move your money to a safe account while they investigate. It feels like you're preventing a loss. In reality, they're using those codes to log in and drain your funds while you're on the phone. Your defenses here are simple and strong. First, never tap a link or call a number that arrives in a text or email, even if it says it's from your bank or delivery company. Instead, open your bank's app directly or dial the number printed on the back of your card. If it's a package, go to the official website by typing it in yourself or use the carrier's app. If you don't use apps, that's fine. Use the trusted phone numbers you already know. Second, hold your one-time codes like you'd hold your house keys. No real bank employee needs a code that was texted to you. If someone asks for it, they are not your bank. Banks also won't ask for your full password or to move money to a safe account. If you catch yourself mid-call feeling confused, it's okay to hang up. You can always call your bank back using your saved number and say, I want to check for fraud. Your money is safer when you control the call. You can add one more layer that really helps. Set up bank alerts, but make sure you decide how to use them. If you get an alert, don't tap the prompt. Open the app yourself or call the official number. Think of your alerts like a smoke detector. They're there to make you get up and look, not to make you run through a door strangers holding open. While we're here, let's talk about your phone habits in general, because a couple of small changes make a huge difference. If an unknown number calls, you don't have to answer. Let voicemail do the heavy lifting. Real friends and real businesses will leave a message. You can also add a contact note for your bank, your doctor, and your pharmacy with their official numbers, so you can quickly return a call the safe way. If a caller introduces themselves and immediately asks, "Can you hear me?" say nothing and hang up. That's a common opener to keep you talking and record your voice. You don't need to be polite to a machine. Your time is precious, and your peace of mind is priceless. I know it can feel exhausting to be on guard, but here's the encouraging part. You don't need to be a tech expert to be scam-proof. You just need a few habits and the confidence to slow things down. Scammers are in a hurry. They want you to feel rushed, scared, or flustered. Your power move is to pause. Take 5 seconds, breathe, and decide how you want to handle the call. That pause is often enough to clear the fog and let your common sense take over. There's one more twist that's been tricking even very careful people lately, and it starts with a tiny ping on your phone that looks like it's doing you a favor. It pretends to warn you about suspicious activity and nudges you to call a fraud line that sounds real down to the hold music. That's where many folks hand over exactly what the crooks were after from the start. That little alert feels like a guardian angel, doesn't it? A pop-up, a text, or even a voicemail that says there's suspicious activity and you need to call the fraud line immediately. The number looks official. The recording says this call is monitored, and when a person finally answers, they're calm and thorough. They give you a case number. They offer to stay on the line while you secure your money. Sometimes they even tell you to Google the bank's real number and call back. Then they coach you to stay on the line, so it looks like you hung up and redialed, but you never actually disconnected. On a landline, that trick can keep you connected to the same crook. On a cell phone, they'll spoof the caller ID so it looks like your bank, your card issuer, or even Apple or Microsoft. The next step is where the damage happens. They ask you to install a security app or a quick support tool so they can see your screen. They tell you to type numbers and read them back. They might say they accidentally refunded too much into your account and beg you to help correct it. It's all theater designed to make you click, read codes, and move money. You never have to perform for a stranger to protect your money. If you see an alert and your gut flips, do the simplest thing first. Close the message. Don't press 1. Don't tap the link. Don't call the number that showed up out of the blue. Instead, you be the one to start the conversation. Open your bank's app yourself or dial the number printed on your card. If the app won't open or the number is busy, give a few minutes and try again or visit a branch. If anyone from any institution asks you to install software, share your screen or read out one-time codes, end the call. Banks and card companies don't need to see your phone. Real fraud departments reverse charges. They don't ask you to wire money by gift cards or move funds into a safe account. If you're on a landline, hang up and wait a minute before calling back, or use a different phone just to be sure you're making a fresh connection. And if you did install something you're unsure about, power down your device, call a trusted local tech support person or your phone's manufacturer using the number on their website, and let your bank know to monitor your accounts. Taking back control in the first 60 seconds usually stops the whole show. Let's sit with another trick that feels ordinary until it isn't. A call from your mobile phone carrier about an upgrade, a SIM card issue, or a tower outage. The person sounds helpful. They might say, "We detected a problem with your line and need to verify a code we sent to you." While you're on the line, a real text from your carrier arrives with a one-time passcode. Because the text looks real, because it is real, you read the code aloud. In that moment, they reset your account password, transfer your number to a SIM card they control, and your phone goes dark. Now they have your phone number, which is a key that unlocks your email, your bank, your retirement accounts, anything that sends a code by text. It's called a SIM swap, and it's one of the fastest ways for criminals to take over your digital life. The fix is surprisingly straightforward and worth doing today. Call your carrier using the number on your bill or in your provider's app and ask to add a port freeze or SIM lock to your account. Tell them you want a high security note, that no changes can be made without your in-person ID or a special account PIN. If you don't have a PIN, set one that isn't your birthday or address. Write it on the same card where you keep other official numbers and tuck it in a safe place. If anyone calls claiming to be your carrier and asks for a code, remember this rule. Codes are for you, not for them. Never read a texted code to someone who called you. If your phone suddenly loses service and you aren't in a dead zone, treat it like an emergency. Use another phone to call your carrier right away and tell them you suspect a SIM swap. While you're at it, open your email and bank on a separate device and change your passwords. If you use text messages for verification, consider switching to app-based codes from your bank or a reputable authenticator app, because those work even if your number is stolen. Think of it like putting a deadbolt on your digital front door. It's a tiny twist that adds a big layer of safety. Now, picture this one. It's late afternoon, you're making tea, and the phone rings with a stern voice from the electric company. They say a technician is already en route to shut off your power for non-payment. Maybe they mention the weather, the medication you keep refrigerated, the football game you plan to watch with your neighbor. They seem to understand your life because disconnection is personal. Then comes the pressure. Pay now over the phone. Use a payment kiosk, buy a set of gift cards, or send a Zelle transfer to avoid shutoff in the next 30 minutes. They might even spoof your utility's name on caller ID so it looks legitimate. You never have to hand over money to keep your lights on in 15 minutes. Real utilities don't threaten immediate disconnection without mail notices and multiple attempts to reach you through official channels. They don't demand one specific payment method, and they won't tell you to read the numbers off the back of a gift card. If you receive a call like this, take a breath, step away from the pressure, and grab your most recent bill. There's a customer service number printed right on it. Hang up and call that number yourself. If you manage your account online, sign in the way you normally do. You'll see right away if there's an actual balance due. If you do owe something, you can pay it through the regular, safe method you always use. Some people like to put a small sticky note on the fridge with trusted numbers, bank, Medicare, utility, so they never feel rushed to use whatever number a stranger gives them. That little cheat sheet is a powerful scam shield. And if you happen to be on auto pay and still get one of these calls, you can smile and hang up. It's not your job to explain. You don't owe a stranger politeness at the cost of your peace of mind. If they leave a voicemail that sounds convincing, don't panic. Just return the call using the number you trust. If you've ever paid one of these under pressure, talk to your bank or card company right away. Sometimes they can stop the transfer or flag the account to watch for other suspicious activity. Sharing what happened with a friend or neighbor can also help more people avoid the same trap. There's strength in speaking up. One more small habit ties all of these together. Make it your rule that you decide when a money conversation starts and when it ends. If a call creates urgency, you slow it down. If a voice pushes you to act in secret, you bring someone in. If someone asks for codes, access, or unusual payment methods, you step back and use a number you chose to verify their story. You don't need to memorize every scam to stay safe. You just need to keep control of the clock and the call. It's amazing how powerful a calm, "No thanks, I'll call back on the number on my card," can be. You'll feel the pressure lift the second you say it. And that's your signal you made the right move. Let's keep going while you're in that confident headspace, because there's another type of call that sounds like good news and ends up costing more than bad news ever could. And it often starts with confetti words and the promise of something you didn't even know you were waiting to win. With the confetti words and the promise of a jackpot, congratulations, you won second place in our national sweepstakes. They might drop a familiar name like Publishers Clearinghouse, a big box store giveaway, or even your state lottery. Sometimes they sweeten it with a smaller instant bonus. If you act right now, then the hook slides in. To release the prize, you need to pay a processing fee, insurance, customs, or taxes up front. They may ask for gift cards, a wire transfer, or a Zelle payment. If you hesitate, they shower you with kindness. "We know this is a surprise. Please don't tell anyone so we can reveal it properly." Or they offer to overnight a check so you can see we're legitimate and ask you to send part of it back once your bank clears it. That check will look perfect. Your bank may even make the funds available for a few days, and then, weeks later, it bounces, leaving you on the hook for every dollar you sent out. Here's the unglamorous truth that protects you completely. If you have to pay to get a prize, it is not a prize. Real sweepstakes never ask for fees, and they definitely don't want gift cards or person-to-person transfers. Publishers Clearinghouse doesn't call winners asking for money, and state lotteries won't ring you up to say you won a drawing you didn't enter. In the U.S., it's also illegal to buy foreign lottery tickets by phone or mail, which means any international lottery call is already over the line. If a caller says you must keep a secret, that's your cue to hang up and celebrate by telling someone you trust. Because secrecy is the scammer's oxygen. If you like entering contests, and lots of folks do, keep a small notebook or calendar where you jot down what you entered and when it ends. Then, if the phone rings with good news, you can check your own record before you say a word. If someone sends you a check or money order you weren't expecting, bring it to your bank in person and ask them to verify the issuing bank and the funds before you spend a penny. Don't accept pressure to move fast. Real winnings come with official paperwork you can review at your own pace. And if the prize involves your social security number, a copy of your ID, or your bank account, to deposit your winnings, step back. You can always say, I don't share personal information by phone. Send it by mail so I can review. Scammers hate paper trails. You love them. There's a simple script you can use for any too-good-to-be-true call. Thanks, but I don't pay fees to receive prizes. If I actually won, send official documents by mail. I'll have my family review them, and I'll contact you using the number on your website. Then stop talking. Silence is powerful. If they push, you hang up. If they call back, you let go to voicemail. You are not missing out. You are opting out of a trap. You may have noticed a pattern across all of these calls, whether the tearful grandchild, a stern utility manager, a polished bank investigator, or a cheerful prize agent. They move fast, they make you feel strong feelings, and they point you to a payment method or a code before your thinking brain can get a word in. Your best defense isn't learning every single scam. It's recognizing the feeling of being pushed and choosing to slow the moment down. When you keep control of the clock, everything else gets easier. A few tiny habits tie a bow on everything we've talked about. Keep a callback card by your phone with the numbers you trust. Bank, Medicare, your insurer, your utility, your mobile carrier. When anything sounds off, you say your magic sentence. I'll call back on the number on my card. And you end the call. If a text includes a link or a phone number, you ignore it and open the app yourself. If someone asks for a one-time code or your full password, you stop because codes are for you, not for them. If you want an extra layer of calm, call your carrier and add a port freeze or SIM lock so no one can move your number without your say-so, and set strong, unique passwords for your email and bank because those two are the keys to the kingdom. None of this requires you to be a tech whiz. It's just deciding that strangers don't get to set the pace. If a scammer does slip through, and it can happen to anyone, what you do next matters more than what just happened. Call your bank or card issuer right away using your save number and explain what occurred. Ask them to monitor for suspicious activity, reverse charges if possible, and help you secure your account. If you gave out your Medicare or insurance number, call them too and ask to flag your file. If you installed software at someone's request, turn off your device and get local help to remove it. Reporting the call to your state attorney general or the FTC can also prevent the next person from getting hurt. Quick action isn't about blame. It's about turning a stumble into a stop sign for the crooks. I want to say something you might not hear often enough in conversations about scams. Your willingness to pick up the phone, to help, to believe the best in people. That's not a weakness. That's what makes you a good neighbor, a loving grandparent, a person people trust. You don't have to change that to be safe. You just add a layer of verification on top. Love with your whole heart and verify with your whole head. That's the balance that keeps your money where it belongs and your identity in your hands. Before we wrap up, take a second and think about one habit you're willing to adopt today. Maybe it's creating a family code word. Maybe it's writing that little callback card and taping it by the phone. Maybe it's calling your carrier to add a SIM lock or asking your bank to turn on transaction alerts. One small step is enough to start. The confidence you'll feel the next time your phone buzzes will be worth it. I'd love to hear from you. What's the trickiest call you've gotten lately? Did anyone try the voice clone family emergency on you or fake utility shutoff? Share what happened in the comments so we can learn from each other and build a wall scammers can't climb. If you have a smart code word idea for your family, tell us. Just not the actual word you're using, of course. And if this conversation is helpful, please tap like so more people over 60 see it, and subscribe for more practical, protective tips delivered in plain English. Your experience can save someone else more than money. It can save them a lot of worry. Here's to peace and confidence every time your phone rings. You know the signs, you got the words, and you're in charge of the pace. Keep that calm, keep that kindness, and keep your money and identity right where they belong, with you